We out here.
Thank you, Chayo. I appreciate your 8 months. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? We just chilling right now. Without getting into too many details, I tripped today and I really hurt my knee. So I'm kind of in pain, unfortunately. Hello. Yeah, it landed perfectly where it hit like this really weird tender spot, and it's my own fault. I slipped. It's okay. Put some Crytox on it. That's what I did. I froze a tub of Crytox and I stuck it on my knee. And I said, you know what? This is the move here. This is indeed the move. Indeed. But it's okay. It's okay. I hope I feel better. That's all. So, how is everyone doing this fine day? Unk things? Honestly, bro, I think it would have hurt no matter what age I was. It was the perfect spot of my knee. And it stopped being a good mod, so I can continue to hate on you. It's hard, right? Thank you both, Rabs and Chayo, for the subs. I really do appreciate it, by the way. Hi, PVD, or VPD, rather. How you doing, Gets? Not that spot in ZF, but definitely a different spot. I overslept, misclassed, and forgot that I had to submit an abstract for my research project today. I am so sorry you had to do all those things, but did oversleeping feel good? I guess it does. It kind of spoils the feeling when you oversleep when you have to do stuff, huh? I guess so. Just popped in to say hi. Oh, you're driving though, Pete. Oh, dude, don't even stress. Also, I cannot see YouTube chat today. Unfortunately, YouTube is bugged. It literally just says something went wrong for the pop-out chat. In fact, I don't even know if YouTube live stream is like 100% working. I don't know at all. So if it's not, then I apologize. No idea. Rip YouTube? Yeah, I have no clue. I woke up feeling so refreshed at least. I mean, there's definitely that. At least that. My morning brain is a bit wrong. You're all good in CF. The wheel decided that Anit should remain as a mod. It did. It was a unfortunate feeling that the wheel did that. Very unfortunate, but we're here. I saw your review on the NV70 and it's low-key nice. It is nice. I think I have a little bit of a concern when it comes down to those pieces that slid around. I have a weird feeling that those pieces that slid around, they're obviously, I don't think they're going to change those things. I just really hope that doesn't cause damage. Really hope that doesn't cause damage in the long run for those boards in particular. Really hope so. Or A65. Oh yeah, no, I changed the board. Sorry, Lane. I'm using, dude. This is the Eve, the 65. I've been kind of addicted to it right now. I just finished fixing my Neevy's EC board. Switches don't fall out. Wait, what happened? The switches were falling out? After the issues with the DK1 TKL GB, I'm very hesitant to join. I think that's valid. If they are having tons of issues, because I was aware of some PCB stuff, but I wasn't aware of everything else. So if they're having a lot of issues, then maybe so be it. My only thing in which I feel a little bit more confident in is Keybay Tech being the lead vendor, or one of the vendors that you can deal with. Keybay Tech is awesome, and I would like to think that would inspire some confidence in the long run. So I would like to. Also, is the YouTube stream down? Sorry to ask you guys this. I hate asking you guys questions like this, but is it just like not working? Sorry to ask you guys. Oh, it is working. But it's just really bad quality. I have no clue. It's not working? What the fuck? It says not available. It's private? What? How do I change that?
In a short moment.
Hold on, that's Glars's video. Let me go back to my video. I don't exactly know how to make this not private then. What the hell? Oh, what the hell? It was set to private. Huh? Alright, try now, guys. That is so strange. Yeah, it was just set to private for some weird reason. Honestly, I think something's wrong with YouTube today. Okay. It's working? Okay. That is super weird. I apologize. That is so strange, actually. Alright. I think we're working. Weird reason. Honestly, I think... Yeah, I think we're working now. I still can't see chat. Chat still says something went wrong, so... Alex, do you have any opinions on Glarsis taking a sponsorship from Epomaker, or do you not care? Something's wrong with YouTube today. Oh. That's just me. Hold on. Let me pause this. I don't know. Do you guys have any problems with that? If you guys want the honest truth, I just turned down a whole bunch of Epomaker stuff. Not only because... Like, I wanted to ask you guys, because obviously it matters to me what you guys think about boards too. Epomaker and a whole bunch of people were asking if I can look at Epomaker stuff. Not Epomaker. And Epomaker also reached out and were like, hey, would you like to? And I'm like, oh, perfect timing. Should I? And then people said no. To be honest with you guys, they did offer to sponsor a stream. And it was, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it was like, I was like, damn, they're willing to sponsor something, and they were willing to pay like a premium. I just said no, because honestly, I wouldn't have anything I wouldn't have anything like, not constructive. I feel like I would be constructive. The problem is I don't think it would be received as constructive. Does that make sense? I think they would have just taken it very wrong, and then it would have just completely blown up in not my face, but it would have just not been a good situation. And I just have this like weird back of my gut feeling that it just wouldn't have panned out for me. Even if I were to just be like, here's the facts, here's the history, which is what I wanted to do. So I'll only speak about me in this case. Like, I probably wouldn't take one right now. If they end up getting their act together, which... who knows? Maybe they will in the future. Maybe. But for right now, I didn't personally feel comfortable. If Glarsis feels comfortable, then so be it. But I personally wasn't a big fan. Mainly because if you really like dive into the weeds of like Epomaker stuff, it's not very good.
Alexot money, we supporting the best today.
Thanks, Jer. I appreciate the tier 3, my guy. That's crazy. Thank you, dude. Hi, handsome. What's up, V-Dub? Alex, if you don't mind, would you be able to compare the beige on Classicer versus the typical i9 and U9 beige side by side? Do I have those? I would have to double check. I would have to get all that stuff prepped to KCE. So maybe for next stream? I know I have Classicer. Also, my hands, I don't know if you guys can see today, insanely dry because the humidity is like... yeah, if you don't mind, can I grab it? Actually, is it? It's right there, no? Yeah, hold on. Classicer's right here. Here's Classicer. If you would like to see, we can do that. How's your day been? Can I be real with you guys? I've not had a great day today. A lot of stuff not has gone wrong, but it's like kind of gone sideways. So today has been not super great for me. I will zoom in for you and you can take a look at your request. There is the color comparisons. Here, we'll do like this since it might be easier to see. I would say Classicer has a smidge of a warmth to it. And this has a bit more of a, I would say a neutral / leans a bit green to kind of balance it. Not even cool, just a bit green. You can kind of see it in person too. So warmer on Classicer, slight bit more green here. Obviously this is a totally different color, but I hope that helps. Yeah, but today's been a day, honestly. I think the cherry on top was landing on my knee for something, but I don't really like companies like Epomaker, but I wouldn't be upset at taking a sponsorship from them. Here's the thing, right? Even if I wanted to, like I said, I don't think it would end up being a long-term... I don't know how to... Let me just shoot straight. I don't know if they'd even pay me, to be honest with you. I think the moment the stream actually... It's like I ask for it up front, which nobody does. I don't think that would even happen. I think they would probably see the stream and be super upsetty spaghetti that I, would say what I need to say about the product and issues I've seen online about stuff and, fair warnings about things. I don't think it would be a good time for me or anybody. I just think that would be a waste of time, to be completely fair with you guys. I understand they had some issues. After looking at them again recently, I decided that they have gotten their act together, but you need to go with your gut. Mine says Epomaker deserves a second chance. I mean, I feel like a lot of companies deserve second chances, but Epomaker is one of those few where I'm still a little bit wary of. Plus, again, I take on, well, I guess we'll talk about some of this stuff. I sometimes take on projects that are, out of my wheelhouse when it comes to... I like custom keyboards at the end of the day. I like building things, and receiving sometimes pre-builts that are very, limited in what you can do isn't always the most fun. So I think there's also that to consider. I don't love doing that. So is it really, a demographic that I can even serve? I don't know. It is what it is again. Yeah, no, I know that too, Jinji. That's another reason why I've been kind of does Cerakote feel closer to Inno? Depending on the style of Cerakote you go with. That is going to be the thing that depends there. Also, again, I can't see YouTube chat today. Unfortunately, it's just not working for me. So if you guys were trying to speak on YouTube, I apologize not well in advance here. So, all right. I hope everyone's been doing good, though. I hope everyone's been doing good. I mean, you built the Lego keyboard. You're not afraid of trying new things. But I think that's totally different. That Lego keyboard was hella fun. I think that was still something you have to get your hands on and build. Even though it kind of is like a one-trick pony with the parts they give you. But it's still something. All right. Today... Oh, well, also, Grev, thank you so much for the Prime. Today we're doing the Zoom64. Admittedly, I'm excited for this one here. I think out of all the Wuche projects, this one here is something I'm genuinely alright, I like the style of this one. It is still very much Wuche, or Melitrix style, whatever style makes more, I guess, similarities here. Under the Wuche branding, the umbrella there. I think this one here is cool looking. I like the finishes they provided on this. I think the whole board does look pretty good. And not that I don't have it today, but they do have some interesting options to how to build this. So, we're going to take a look at it today. I was really hoping they sent over that new PCB. Really hoping that Hell Effect aluminum PCB would come my way. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. We just have a normal Hot Swap MX PCB. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not sad about it as that much, but I am a little bit bummed. Actually, do they have a fun page here where I can just read everything? Yeah, here's the Keycap. But let's just go to this one here. Does the Keycap even work? No, it's totally down, as usual. Reviewing Epomaker stuff is like an indie gamer reviewer reviewing games released by huge video game makers. Maybe it's not a good comparison. I sort of understand what you're saying, Vish. HE's not bad. I like HE stuff. So, when it comes down to the Zoom64... Actually, hold on. Let me just try to find that page I had open before. Where the hell did I put it? Oh, okay. Let's actually see what color I got first. They sent it over in a box with this cool little bag. I don't know if everyone will get it. It's very Tiffany inspired. But I would say typical Meltrix Wuche for packaging. Honestly, they make decent packaging for keyboard stuff. This is going to be a sponsored review. Has it ever stopped me about being honest about Wuche, Melitrix, or anything in the past. We'll use the Nama, for example. No, it has not. They are letting me keep this unit, so I'll most likely give it away alongside everything else I usually get. This is the PCB. There's different plates here. I will be building this with foam today, mainly because, and this is my rule, if a manufacturer or designer says, hey, we actually intended to build this with foam, I'm going to build it with foam. I think there are some reviews of people not using foam, but today I'd like to at least try to see how the intentional build is supposed to be. But again, I think there are some reviews, I've seen a few now, with no foam in it. So we're going to try the first round, because we have 2 different plates, with foam. If people need Epomaker and other budget boards, me and Mikey and smaller streamers do more of these. Yeah, Mikey, Adept does some cool stuff. Naveed, thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate you. Interesting box. All right, I don't know what color we have, and I kind of want to like look at the color before we... What the fuck? Oh. Here's how we open it. This is neat. All right, a hard shell case, and I believe the pricing on this is about $150. There's like instruction manuals in here. All right, that's cool. It's like a box drawer. Actually, that's pretty cool packaging. All right. I'm pleasantly surprised with that, and a hard shell case. Can't be upset with that either. Not bad. All right, so what color is this today? A Zoom package without a fancy artwork on it. Interesting. Oh, I'm kind of glad they did away with that stuff. It was cool for like 1 or 2 builds, but I didn't need it on like every build. Okay, so this is the black one. Cool. We can do like a stealthy build today. Actually, this is not a bad looking little frame here. So let's pull up the page for this. And if you guys want to follow along too, feel free and click the link. It's in the build command. It's not an affiliate link, just to clear things up with you guys. I need to triple check though which unit this is exactly. I think this is just Mystic Ink. Yes. Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter which... Oh, my camera does not like this. Let's share screen. Yeah, the camera's like, please let me focus on something. All right, let me quickly open up the screen share here. So here is the specs of the board, and again, this is about $150 with an estimated ship time of March to April. Not bad. Can you show the inside of the case again? Give me like a few minutes here, Alcyon, and I will. We have some specs. It's a 6.5 degree typing angle with a front height of about 17.8. Impressive. I do think that's because of the cherry lip, so take that for what it's worth, I suppose. And then we have silica gel particle mount plus O-ring, which are those little O-rings. I like both of those mounts from Wuche, or Melitrix in this case. I have no quarrels with either one. So we have all aspects seamless grand curve. The black unit's kind of tough to see, but there are some actual nice design elements of this board. A little bit more present on some of the lighter colors. You can kind of see in the picture over here, it has this kind of U sitting along the side profile, which, you know what, I will say, at first glance, I wouldn't have guessed this is a Zoom board until you get to the bottom. The bottom looks like a Zoom board, but I don't think it's a terrible look. I actually think the bottom of this board and some of the other accents and designs they've done actually suit the board quite nicely. Interesting layout. It's a 64 key layout, actually. We'll go over the layout here in a moment. It uses, again, those O-rings or those silica gel mounts. Pretty standard fare when it comes to Wuche stuff. Different foams. I kind of hope we have the cork today. I actually really don't mind the cork from Melitrix. The cork is probably the only foam of theirs that doesn't actually make anything sound foamy. But I think we might have gotten just the Poron today. And then we have some different material options. We have PEI, which we did get, a PC plate, a palm, brass, aluminum, FR4, and carbon fiber. Actually quite the layout option here, or not layout option, plate options here. It was pretty nice. They did send I think they sent us a 1.6 mil PCB, but they have two different PCB options, one with flex cuts, one without. And then we have a 60% 64 key layout. This is kind of where I feel, and I'll use mode as an example here. You kind of limit yourself when you're just offering a singular layout like this. I actually don't mind this layout. A 64 key is a bit unique. We've seen it in the past, but it is locked to just 64 key. Kind of like how mode with the tempo just locked it to HHKB. You kind of lose some interest from people who might not want a 64 key layout. But there's nothing wrong. So 64 key layouts choose to sacrifice basically the 2.25U left shift for a 2U left shift, which can be a bit of a turnoff for some people, or you can just decide to do it split. 2U is also very difficult to find in some kits, unfortunately. So take that when you're, I guess, making a purchasing decision as well, if you were interested. It does have stepped, it does have split backspace, as well as ISO support, which is great. But the big thing here is you get basically 2 more keys than you would, say, on a traditional, 62 key layout for a 60%. And again, you might be the person who this is perfect for. When you look at the arrow keys on a 60% keyboard, a volume knob, this might be your cup of tea. But I want to make this clear too. This is a 64 key layout. It says in the titles, Zoom64, right? Would I have loved to see more of a traditional PCB included with this? Sure. But also, I'm not mad at it. It chooses to be different, and people might want a 64 key layout, and I think that's fine. So I'm not going to dock it any points because it chooses to use a more unique version of a 60% keyboard. I'm not. I don't think that's totally fair. I hope that makes sense. But I think it's cool. I actually don't mind that it's a 64 key. So actually, they're saying it's 18.5 here, and that might be with the feet. I'm a little confused why they have 2 different front height measurements now. I didn't realize there was 2. Interesting though, 36 mil back, 6.5 degree typing angle, and it's 298 millimeters wide. Tons of different parts here, as you guys can see. Kind of meaningless because we can just take a look at this ourselves. And they have different case finishes, which I was really hoping we'd get something like the carving or the Marblano today. Got to admit, I think they're doing some fun stuff with this. Really fun stuff. Then we have the colorways, which are crazy. I loved the one Diego built. I only caught the end of this stream because I think we rated him that day. That neon violet, that was cool. That was cool. We got the Mystic Ink, but there are some really fun keyboard colors to this. And then they have their special versions, which I was low-key really hoping for today. They have the Mojito Green, the Aurora Nebula, which, dude, that thing looks sick. They have Crystal Voyage, Shadow Black, Midnight Ink, Forged Flow, and Glacier. I think these are a $30 premium, but these look sweet, dude. I want to see more pictures of these. And then we have tons of different pricing, which I think this is pricing, or is this just... No, this is just literally a bunch of different parts, which is crazy. And then this is the contents. So you should be getting that bag, a stabilizer kit, which I don't know if I got all that stuff today, but we'll double check. Warranty card, silica gel mount, yada yada. Tons of stuff here. And, like I said, it starts at $150, so not bad. Let's take a look at some of the parts here in the box. Here is the board. You know what? This actually is not... I'm not upset at all on how this board actually looks. I don't know if you guys can tell very well, but there's actually this really interesting curve to the whole board. Yeah, the finishing looks great. The feet on the front are a little tall, but I'm assuming that's just because it curves. Actually, the side profile, even on the black unit where it might be more difficult to see, the side profile is actually kind of cool looking. You know what? That's actually not bad. Curved board? That's actually pretty nice. Yeah, I feel like this is the first Bellatrix board where they still managed to get their design scheme across, which is on the bottom here. But it doesn't look like... I hate saying this, and I mean no disrespect. It doesn't look like over-designed and a little bit kind of sloppy. I feel like this actually has its own identity. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I don't mind this at all being here. I slightly wish it was integrated in a way where it was a bit more subtle, but the horizontal scroll wheel is not something I hate. I don't love the way this feels right off the top of my head here. Like, I don't love this, but I mean, hey, you know what? It's seamlessly on the top frame of the board here. Or not seamlessly, it's just nicely placed on the top of the board, so I'm not mad. Then we have some ribbon cables. Don't love ribbon cables, but I get why they're put inside there. And then we have our catchball system. Haven't seen this in a hot minute. I'm sure some people will be pretty happy about a catchball system. Interesting. So is this done? Oh, I like the way they did that, actually. Oh, so there's no... that's smart. This is just a pogo pin connector on a little bit of a receiver pad over here. So there's no need to plug things in, and you don't have to worry about ripping cables, which I probably would have done by accident, not thinking. Okay. I think I do wish this had a click to it. This is non-clicked. There's no steps to this at all. I do wish this clicked. I think that would feel much more premium. Inside the board, this is a finger. Black anodization's always been a bit of a fingerprint magnet, by the way. We have what looks like to be some silicone padding. I'm assuming to help the enclosure not just like smack against the bottom of the keyboard here, as well as some like silicone corners here. I'm assuming more for the same thing. All right. And then underneath we should have a battery as well as our daughter board, which I don't know if you guys want to take a look. The bottom of the keyboard, I love this. This reminds me of Percent Studios. Percent Studios has done a few things like this. I like that a lot. I like the bottom of this board. This should just be all RGB around it over here. All right. I am not mad at this case. And usually when I get a board in anodized black, usually I find it rather boring. This is not bad in anodized black. Interesting. I'm curious to turn this on afterwards. I want to see how this RGB gets implemented here. Cool. 150. Okay. Side bezels are nice and thin too. And that cherry lip, dude, I'm telling you, I think the cherry lip on a 60 is always classy. It gives the board, it's like a little bit of a chunky feeling, but also its own identity. No, not its own identity, but like it kind of just makes it stand out. So I'm liking the way this looks. I'm genuinely thinking this is probably one of Bellatrix's better looking in-house design keyboards. I really don't think this is that bad at all. Just watched your NV70 video. You sold me on it. I'm definitely getting one, but I'm debating the colors. I'm thinking yellow, but that gray you showed was also nice. I do wonder if I will like it after having more expensive boards. I would say if you're going to get the NV70, make it a fun one, bro. I think that's one of those boards where the price is right. You can be a bit more bold. You know what I'm saying? You think the knob's a bit of a no? You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you. I think it was one of their missions, from what I read, to like introduce a 60 with a knob without compromising keys. Here's what I would have done. I would have put the knob on the back, or done what kind of Angry Meow has done in the past, and maybe integrate like a touch bar. I think that would have made the board look a little bit more seamless. I don't hate the knob though. Do you guys hate it? Maybe it's just the all black version where it doesn't look as bad, because I saw some of the other versions where it kind of like sticks out. I don't mind this at all. I think the knob doesn't really take away much for me. But it also doesn't do anything for me, just to be clear. It's kind of just there. It doesn't make the board look as professional, though. I'll say that. It does make the board look a little bit... what's a good word to use? A little bit more like gamery. I don't disagree, Weish. I don't love the implementation of it. Again, if they had just even taken away this like extra enclosure on the top and just made it a knob, I think that would look nice. The closest we'll get is the Voice 65. Dude, that was a nice implementation. I liked the way that one there was implemented. All right, we got some like bottom sheet thing here. Another bottom sheet thing here. What else is in this box? We have a USB cable. Nice braided one. Okay, not bad. We have a set of, these are stabilizers. I think these are your stubs. And that's it inside the hard shell case. That's not a knob, it's a scroll wheel. You know what I mean. Scroll wheel, sorry. I have been saying knob, haven't I? Same idea. All right. Then we have our FR4 piece or plates, and then we have our PEI plates. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I might skip the PEI today. I haven't been having much luck with PEI. I had like 2 good builds so far out of all the PEI I've tried. I'm not loving it though. Like, I don't think this is like my absolute all-time favorite plate material. I'm gonna try the FR4 today. I heard the FR4 from someone with the foam is like not bad at all, so. And then we have, yeah, we only got Poron today. Okay, we'll use the Poron mid-plate foam here. Cool. No, I really wish mine came with cork. I was really hoping for the cork as well. What else is in here? Wait, where's all the gaskets and stuff? One moment, everybody. Is it hiding in this box? Uh-oh. Maybe it's in here. Sometimes they put all this stuff in here. Alex doing FR4 as well? I don't know. Do you guys want PEI? Would you guys prefer that? Hold on one sec. Let me just go check the box itself. Oh, my knee's killing me. Oh, it's right here. I left some stuff out of the box. By the way, I am going to give kudos for one thing right away, because I saw this as part of their implementation for the board. I know this seems like the most ridiculous thing that I'm going to be praising right now. I actually really like this receiver. I like the fact that it's not just a traditional USB receiver. I like the fact that when I want to use this, like my mouse, basically, I can just plug it into the receiver here, right? And I don't have to bend down to figure out where am I putting this in the back of my computer. I got to admit, I want to see more of that. I do think that's a nice touch. I don't know why I've never even suggested something like this before, because you would think this is kind of a no-brainer. Because, like, I think Razer does stuff like this on some of their products too, but it is nice. I can't even use these on my current computer because I have no space to put in USBs. I'm at my limit with how much streaming gear I have. So this is nice to see. I don't know if this particular PCB is 8K polling rate, but we'll see, I guess. Oh, it's plugged in here. QK had something like a receiver, yeah. That big box. The receiver looks nice too. I think, who does this pyramid style receiver as well? There's another brand that does this for mice. So I'll give Melotrix kudos here. Smart, very smart implementation. Screwdriver, which I don't really care about. This is the stabilizers, and these should be the inside of the kit here. I will be doing other builds for the NV70. Yeah, I gotta pick a day where I'm basically just gonna... There's gonna be a day this week, which we might do like a mini subathon or something too, to give away a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, I'll have to pick a day this week to do all that. Alright, and then we have... What is this? Extra cables, silica gel, and split O-ring mounts. So these can get put aside. Alright, let's move some of this out of the way. And now, we don't really need to go in depth with the PCB here, but let's take a look. Ponage, yes, Ponage is the one with the pyramids, yes. So again, if the 64 key layout isn't for you, then this is an immediate pass on this board, most likely. Interesting though. Very interesting. So we have per key RGB, we have pretty much the layout we explained earlier. It's nice that it is ISO. I'll give Melitrix kudos there. Can't be upset at that. The O-ring placements are going to be interesting on this. I wonder how these will perform, because there are some under the spacebar, but I think it should be fine for this particular... I'm hoping for this particular mounting style. Let's also take a look at the plate. You're very helpful with such considerations. Oh, no worries. You're not nagging at all, bro. Stiletto, you're not. Don't even feel that way, dude. Trust me, like, I want to help you guys out too. That's literally my whole job here, is helping people make decisions or not making decisions. Okay, let's take a look at the plate. I've heard good things of Cool Keys, but it's been a little while. Can anyone confirm for Cool Keys for Spicy? Also, again, because I can't see it, in case people are trying to talk on YouTube, it's not working. It just gives me an error code every single time I try to implement it on my OBS, and I only have one monitor. Oh my god, it's one of these frustrating plates. So we do have ISO support on the plates. Huh. I'm not loving this particular mounting point right over here. I'm a bit shocked because I feel like Melitrix has been pretty good about not putting mounting points here. Again, though, not the end of the world, simply because this is removable silicone pieces that we don't have to put on. It could pose a problem if it ends up flexing too much and then hitting the side of the case, but not the end of the world when it comes down to placement here. Not ideal, but not the end of the world. All right, well, so far, other than this scroll wheel, I'm liking this so far. No complaints. No real complaints here. How do you guys feel? I feel like this is... It's so tough right now because, dude, I feel like there are so many interesting boards for like 150 and under. It's so flooded right now. Not a bad thing at all, by the way. Not a bad thing in the slightest. Ball spin? Got you. Alright, let's open up some stabs and let's start working on some stabilizers here. They did the same thing on the Dyna and it flexed too much. Ugh. I hope it doesn't flex too much. It is forced 6.25U simply because of what they're trying to do with this particular layout. This layout needs a forced 6.25U in order to accommodate the arrow key 60% layout. I won't be criticizing that today because that is the intention for the layout. That would be the equivalent of me criticizing a 40 for not having like a full set of num rows and f rows. So this is a 64 key layout. I know I needed to use left shift. I don't even know if I have one, but we'll probably have to use a 0 key. We already mentioned that, Gingy. Already mentioned it. Alright, so let's start doing stabs. I remember the last board that needed one. What was the last board that needed one? But yeah, I smashed my knee today, man. I'm so bummed about that. It still hurts. It's like painfully sitting on my, like the pain is just sitting on the top of my knee right now. I'm like so bummed I did that. It sucks too because, dude, I have such a busy week. Oh, by the way, the Matrix Carnival just came in. It is arrived. So we will be building that Thursday. I'm waiting for something to come out that has a bit of a nostalgic feel and design. Don't at me with the tofu. How nostalgic are we talking about? Like, what's the threshold for nostalgia here? Because technically the Smurv just came out. Not gonna lie, that keyboard, I think we built some... It wasn't called the Smurv at one point, was it? I know I've built it with, like, I know Barry has sent me over that keyboard before, but that Smurf looks nice. Not gonna lie. I like the price point. I like the injection molded of it. You know, like I like the fact that it still has a solenoid and stuff. That one there kind of has me in a chokehold right now. I mean, we'll see, Jade. I don't think it was a nightmare. Because I know I built it before, just the aluminum version. Alright, let's start lubing some stabilizers. Also, I'm going to be using, if you guys don't mind, I was thinking about using some MX Blacks today. Because we know how MX Blacks sound, and I thought I'd give this keyboard a very fair shot, as well as use switches that we've used in the past many, many times and we know inside and out. How does that sound? I feel like granites on FR4 would also sound really good, Gingy, but I'm just going to go stick with the cherries. It is hot swap, so if we end up hating the cherries, we can just switch them out. Milky yellows. I unfortunately only have one set of milky yellows prepared, and it's not for today's build. It's supposed to be for a client, which I don't even know if they want them anymore. Hating cherries, impossible. Some people don't like them. Totally valid. I have no more Obscuras left. I need to... Here, this is... it's funny that you mentioned that, man. I was actually thinking of Obscuras for tonight. This is all I have left for Obscuras. I was trying to find any remnants of Obscuras I had. That's all I got. I don't have any more of the black ones either, so that's all I got. I might honestly want to beg Mode to run these again. I do like these a lot, man. Thank you for the granite switches. Using them right now. Anytime, Esuppy. Do you like them? Be honest with me. The granites are fun. They're a little bit lower in sound signature, but they kind of resemble milky yellows. And if you get the right plate with the granite, they kind of just shine. But they're not supposed to be as like in your face as like cherry switches. They're fun. I love how scratchy they are. The Type Plus stuff has a beautiful scratch. The hope will be next week. We had a few delays with some stuff, but next week. Can you give us an inside scoop on what the key machine is cooking? Bro, if I did that, I think Mike would kill me. I think Mike is really excited for you guys to figure this one here out. Normally, I would spoil it for you guys and give you guys really ridiculous hints. But this time here, I ain't going to do it. I think he's going to be upsetty spaghetti times 10. All right? It's fun, though. I'll tell you that much. It's fun. Besides, there's so many cool like little teasers that they made, and I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that to the team. All right. Confirmed as GMK Spaghetti. What would the box art look like for that? What would the box art even look like? If you like clickies, the new harmonicas are fantastic. You know, I should do a clicky build soon, huh? The Cheese V2 sounds nice, but too smooth. Question for chat. Question for all of you guys. Do you guys like a smidge of scratch in your switches? Or do you guys like them to be clean? Very curious. I want all the scratch? Yeah. No, I prefer clean. No. Hell yeah, I hate scratch. I like both. Clean preferred. Oh, really, Ginger? I thought you like a little bit of texture. Depends on the feel and theme of the keyboard. Okay, that's fair. That's fair, Lise. That's fair. Clean says JS. Latrish says clean. I don't know if we need a poll for this one. I like HMX, so no. That's fair. Cherry specifically only. Scratch is fun and adds character. Scratch is the best. The Sonya HCs are pretty nice. They have a nice scratch. Oh, not gonna lie. I think I'm in my own little world here. Definitely thought scratch was a bit more like universal for everyone to kind of like, but you know what? Eye-opening. I'm a big fan of making keyboards sound like Mahjong tiles knocking each other down. So is that considered like what, foamy or something? Clacky? Mahjong? It's Mahjong, right? I've never actually played. Texture adds extra sense. It's like eating. It's a pleasant mixture of sound and feel. Yeah, I'm definitely a texture guy these days. I need the texture when I'm typing. I like having it. However, I'm kind of like into what Lee's said. It depends on the board. It really does. I think that's so true. I feel like there are certain boards I don't want to hear a damn thing from the scratchiness. Scratch adds character like a punch to the face adds character. Damn. That's violent. Also, guys, really off topic. You said punch and now I'm thinking of Dragon Ball Z. Dude, I'm going to say something that's controversial right now, okay? I'm going to be brave and say something. Dragon Ball GT, it ain't that bad. I don't know what everyone was saying, that they were warning me, saying it was terrible. Honestly, I'm like 20 episodes deep right now. It is not that bad, dude. I'm actually finding it entertaining. Some people were saying the characters don't feel like the characters. I mean, when was Pan ever a teenager in any of the other shows? I think that's unfair to say. GT, yeah. Good Lord, what's happened to you? I don't mind GT. So a lot of people hate on it, man. A lot of people, even some people here were telling me not to watch it, just to skip. I think it's not that bad. I put Cheese V2 in my Agar. It sounded amazing until I put MX2 Ways in it. Then it was elevated. I love that Weesh. I love that. Not that bad, so a bit bad. Is GT better than Super and DBZ and DB? No. I think GT is definitely like, it's there. But dude, I'm enjoying it. I'm still going through it and saying, yeah, I like this so far. Super is amazing. Super was great. Honestly, I thought you would like it because you liked regular Dragon Ball and they have a similar vibe. That's the vibe I'm getting. Is like, yeah, I'm getting a bit of that Dragon Ball vibe. It seems like it's our generation that likes it. It just seems. Super's the best. Well, I think I'm just pumping myself up because of the new stuff that's coming out for Dragon Ball. I'm so excited, man. Also, Fallout, I just watched up till episode 7. Fallout's been great. If you guys have been hesitant to start the new Fallout, it's been good. And then I also started, I don't know why I started this, because I technically should have just finished Dragon Ball GT. I started that Newtopia. Interesting is all I gotta say. I'm kind of hooked. Starfleet Academy is good. What's that? Is that a show? I don't know why that sounds like Star Trek. I keep watching older anime. Inuyasha is still a good watch. Man, Inuyasha is like, what, a few hundred episodes, right? It's a new Star Trek? They have a new Star Trek show? I had no clue. Damn. There's a whole bunch of new movies that just seem like they all popped up too. I need to watch so many, man. You know what though? I haven't watched anything new for anime. I started watching that one where it's like Togepi's... Fuck. Someone's gonna have to remind me of the title. Togepi's something something. It's like kind of depressing anime. I watched an episode and a half. And then I told myself this was probably going to be very Original Sin, yeah, Togepi's Original Sin. I told myself this is going to be maybe a very emotional anime and kind of shelved it for now. I heard it's really good though. I heard it's kind of a must-watch. Apparently it is kind of tough to digest. I did the same. Oh, so you just put it to the side? Dude, it seems like... Dude, I'm not going to lie, the first episode and a half... I didn't cry or anything, but it was heavy. It definitely felt like something that I would need to watch when I'm feeling like very mentally up. You know what I mean? No, I don't. It seemed too heavy. I feel mixed messages about the new Fate. I mean, dude, how many Fates are there, man? I watched the first episode with my girlfriend after saying that it's a lighthearted kids show. How did that boat over? Fate is now America, basically? Oh boy. Definitely ate my words? No, it's definitely tough. Me and my girlfriend watched the first episode as well. And I think she also felt the same way, where maybe we just put it to the side. It's a tough one. I don't know if I truly recommend that to everybody. Fate already did that on FGO like 8 years ago. I've watched 1 or 2 seasons of Fate. There's too many Fates out right now, man. I can't do Fate. Hydrate. Like, I think I gotta do 2 hydrates, right? 2 giant sips. I didn't even want this today, but because I hit my knee so hard, I needed to put something cold on it. So this was basically icing my knee, because I couldn't find a little bag. If you haven't, Alex, you should watch Hachi with Richard Gere. What's that about? Sell it to me. Where is my dielectric grease? Dielectric grease. Where did I put you? Can't be too far, can you? Let me move this out of the way. Pissing me off looking at it. Dude, I boot up Crunchyroll and I saw like 17,000 really interesting animes. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of overwhelming. There are too many interesting animes out right now. Wait, where did I put my dielectric grease? One sec, guys. Wait, do I need to put dielectric grease on these? I think we actually might be fine just using regular schmegular on today. I don't know if dielectric grease will work very well. Yeah, let's just do regular schmegular. Oh, there it is, right there. I'll just use regular anyways. You gonna watch season 2 of... How do you pronounce it again? Honestly, I haven't even watched... I watched like 3 episodes of season 1. I'm gonna be the only person in this audience who thinks this way, and you guys are probably gonna unsub and unfollow me. I watched 3 episodes of that show. I don't remember what the anime is about at all. I kind of felt that was a little bit boring for me. So I'm sorry. I know it's like... I think it's like the most popular anime right now or something. Yeah, I figured as much. I couldn't watch it. It didn't... I don't know what it was. I couldn't find any interest in it. It wasn't for me. It's actually so good. It feels good, man. I've heard... If one of my friends is like... Dude, one of my buddies loves it. I just can't do it, man. I just can't do it, dude. I've heard it's a slow build. And I'm used to slow animes. I mean, to be fair, I think Violet Evergarden's kind of a slow build as well. It takes like at least 3 episodes to kind of get a sense of who Violet is, but oh man, I just couldn't do it, man. About to piss a lot of people off. I don't watch anime because I'm an adult. Okay there, Josh. This guy, dude. Isn't that a meme? Anime doesn't have to be for kids or teenagers. This guy, dude. I'm excited for the next season of Invincible. Hopefully the animators get paid this season. What happened to the last time? Did they not get paid? I think there's a show I still have to watch. What's that? The Boys spinoff? What was it called again? Wisteria and Wand and Sword? Dude, we need a whole list of anime for me to watch at this point. There's too many. No, not the girls, not the kids. What was it called? It was the... Oh, shit. I don't remember what it's called now. I recall using dielectric grease before. Still use it for stabs. I always use it for anything but TX stabs. Stabies I don't use it for. And the new night stabs, as well as Type Plus. That I just use 205. Oh, Gen V. Wait, Diabolical. What's that about? Damn, I'm a little bit behind in shows. I like XHT BDZ. I'm not going to lie, though. For stream, and this is me keeping it a buck, it's probably safer for me to use something else that just in case I mess up on the XHT, which I feel like it is easy, I don't ruin the whole board for the day. And I don't have to like sit there and unbuild it and retune everything. So for the sake of just showing it off on stream, I do think it's just a little bit easier for me to use other material. However, on some of my boards that I've kind of solidified, I usually use BDZ. I still have like 3 tubs of it left. It doesn't get used too quickly, which is nice. It's easy to over apply. So basically, when you over apply it, you could potentially get, for example, if you put it on the wire and you accidentally slide it and maybe some gets stuck underneath here or in between, it just becomes a little bit more sticky feeling and sluggish. And I don't want to do that while I'm doing like, you know, a prototype build or something where I mess up by accident. Because let's be real, I am also talking while I'm building. Maybe a little easier to mess up. Let's see. Also, guys, I'm a little proud of myself. I've been applying hand cream often. Definitely feels a little bit less burny feeling than last year. Silglide is good. I know, I have to order it still. I should technically order it now because my grease is almost done. What's the shelf life on that, Weesh? Let's see. Getting crushed by life is a perfect excuse. Oh, for anime watching? Hey, you know what? Different, like, listen, my honest thing here is we all like different things. If I'm being real, there's a lot of times, even in the keyboard hobby, where I see people get a little bit too laser focused into the things they like, and they tend to shut down other people for what they like. All I'm going to say is the world would be extremely boring if we all did the same things. I think it's great we all love different things, and I don't think anyone should be shamed, especially if you're not hurting anyone, including yourself, not hurting anybody. I think it should be appreciated and celebrated that we all like different things. It really doesn't kill me, but like it definitely pains me to see some people yuck people's yum, for lack of a better word. I don't know. We all like different shit, man. We all like different shit. All of us are different. We're all going through different cycles of life. We're all at different stages of life. Some people are a little bit more ahead. Some people are a bit more behind. It's fine. You know? Key Machine drop is GMK year of the horse with Skrillex Sublegends. Yes or no? Last I heard, it has to do something with keyboards. So, I don't know, man. Something to do with keyboards or something. Or computers or something. Is the main reason some people use XHT BDZ over dielectric is it stays better. There's also the... I mean, this is unproven. But some people have also said that it should just last longer. I guess it slightly is proven. It's been out for, what, 2 years now? Maybe a little over 2 years? I could be in trouble for leaking that? Maybe. Same compound as dielectric with a lot more stable mixtures. Oh, okay. I'm going to order that ASAP. I'm so excited to try that out. I love 60s and don't love full size, but I respect someone that loves them, to each their own. Exactly. Trust me, guys. I'm telling you, it's better for your own mental health as well to just let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. And don't make people feel bad for what they're trying to enjoy. That's it. You want to... I don't mean to go down this rabbit hole of talking, but I feel like it's important to. You want to know why? And it's not because you'll feel bad. I can tell you from experience. When you're a super negative person and all you talk about is negative things, or like... I know, Josh, I'm not talking about you at this point here. when you're talking about like negative things all the time, or just like, yucking people's yums always, the only people in life who will, unfortunately, and this is the truth, you're going to attract other people that also do the same. And a lot of people don't want to be around people that kind of, again, yuck people's yums all the time. So for your own sanity and your own mental health, I don't know. I don't think in the long run it's healthy to just be around people that just, shit on things. Ain't no way you like that tinted static water. It's all right. I don't really... Honestly, I think I'm kind of sick of carbonated water at this point. I don't know. I got a few clients like this, complainers and those who receive constant complaints. Fun time. Mm-hmm. Something I needed to hear. Glad you said it. Yeah, trust me, I've seen circles of people where it's just like pure negativity all the time. And they might not even think they're doing it. And the reason I'm even so aware of this, guys, is because I literally was one of those people at one point in my life. Trust me. You kind of like have a wake-up call one day. I'm still not 100%, man. I sometimes am a bit of a complainer myself. But yeah, sometimes you just need to like... Whoosh. Carbonated water saved me at one point because I was trying to get rid of drinking Coca-Cola and like Pepsi and other carbonated drinks. And it did help me, but honestly, I just don't... Maybe it's just bubbly. I don't like the taste of bubbly. Okay, question for you guys. At the very least, I kind of wanted to do this foam. But do you guys want to do all the foam? For funsies? It's totally up to you. Hi, Squirrely. How are you? We could just do all of it. Let me actually see, because they gave me... They didn't tell me what to do, but they said, here's what we really like. And I kind of want to just build what they really like. Let me see. What did they say they really liked? I mean, they did actually say that they also liked the no foam setup, but... Let's see. Where is the one where they said the foam? I kind of want to do the foam. They just said regular foam. Also, by the way, this is also important too. Officially from them, they don't really recommend the O-ring build with no foam. Let's just do all the foam for fun. Why not? Let's see how MX... I don't think I've even done MX Blacks with all foam. Lately, I haven't even really been opposed to using all the foam in keyboards. I think it's kind of cool. What I think probably happens is it probably flexes too much. I'm pretty positive. If I had to guess, does this go this way? There's most likely too much movement and the foam helps strengthen and solidify like the board itself. And it probably shorts on the bottom. Sounds like not our problem to solve. Well, I think that's also why they're recommending building with the foam. Like, it's intended to build with foam, which again, I'm never going to be mad at a manufacturer or designer. But to be clear, that does limit the way you can build your keyboard. So that is something that you're going to have to be aware of. All right. Let's put in our stabs. So, what the hell's going on? Pretty funny fix. Yeah, it'd be one of those things too where it's like, I would have loved that they had caught that beforehand. Because it does feel like a little bit of a lazy fix, if you will. A bit of a lazy fix. Okay, let's take this out for now. Is that Zero Toes? Alex Zero Toes? Zero Toes. What's going on? Okay. Time to screw this bad boy in. There are the screws. Is the right screw back? Yeah. Yeah, they're washers. This is a 64 key layout, yes. It feels lazy because it is. Yeah. No doubt about that. Alright. This bit. 50k follower toe reveal. Guys, I actually... I'm going to be honest with you guys. Today, when I did trip, I landed funny on my knee, but I also hit my foot really badly. And one of my toenails just like shattered. It's also why I'm kind of limping and I'm in pain too. That doesn't hurt weirdly enough though. Yeah, dude, I really effed myself up today. Josh, thank you so much for 5 tier 1s, man. I damaged my moneymaker? Okay, Matcha. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Penance for my rage baiting? Oh, you're all good, brother. You don't have to stress about that. Okay, so let's put this in here. Question for you. Neo 70 any color but have it Cerakoted yellow. Ooh. I don't know. You know, I almost feel like if you Cerakote the Neo 70, that's actually going to be quite expensive. I feel like that's going to get kind of pricey. Will the cast be an all foam build? What do you mean? Sorry, Land. Just to be clear, we want all the foam, guys? Or would you guys like just the plate foam? I don't mind doing it either way. We can always do a rebuild. If this board ends up sounding pretty cool, we can always do a rebuild. For your broken foot. Oh. The cast, that's what you mean. Honestly, I should put a cast on it or something. Yeah, let's do all the foam. How often we get to do this? Besides, I think this board has a shit ton of coverage. So I don't think I need to really stress too much about that at all. You know, lately, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I much prefer clip-in stabs. Toe-related pain sucks so bad. I don't know, my whole leg hurts right now, I'm not gonna lie. It's because, dude, I was in a rush today. So, let me tell you guys the story. Essentially, it's so embarrassing. I was in a rush, and I also have been a little bit overworked the last, like, 3 or 4 days. Saturday, I ended up waking up at, like, 8:30, and then I ended up working until, like, 10, 11. Maybe, I think even midnight. I think it was even later. Sunday, I ended up working all day as well. So that was yesterday. Today, I knew I had tons of work. So I woke up pretty early and I'm trying to get through it all. And I'm not going to lie, today has just been weird. Like, I've been making, not mistakes per se, but like, I feel drowsy today. But I've slept well. Like, it's not a problem there. So today, because I've been feeling drowsy and I feel like I'm making mistakes, which I'm really not, but I feel like it. I heard a package come to the front door, and I think I'm hearing things, but I swear to God, I thought I heard someone knocking, so I ran. I was like running, and I don't even know why I need to do that. It's not like I'm very far from the door. But like, I got up and I was pretty much like speed running, walking, whatever you want to call it there. And then as I was doing that, I was taking a step up the stairs here because I'm in the basement. And I ended up trying to do like a double step. But then I also just wasn't paying attention. And I just smashed my toe into the first step. And then landed because I smashed my toe. Just kind of like shifted my body and then hit my knee into the stair step. And then all for that, no one was even knocking on the door. I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking. I don't even know what I heard. I think it's just me getting in my own head about things. Are the stairs okay? You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you, Lise. One of the very first things I did was go to check if I broke anything, because I was like, I don't want to deal with that afterwards, you know? Do you take any vitamin supplements? I do. I take lots. I take vitamin D and I take a multivitamin sometimes. Not every day. But vitamin D I take every day now because I'm pretty aware that, like, off topic, as a Canadian, I really don't get that much sun. Even on days where I think I do, it's like miserable outside and there's no sun. You weren't crazy, Alex. It was an ant knocking at your door. Source, trust me. Dude, I believe it, honestly. But yeah, I started taking vitamin D. We get no sun here. I feel like I just kind of need to take it. The stairs were hospitalized first. I know I hear door knocking when there isn't any too. Dude, honestly, I had to take a minute today and really be like, what the hell am I doing? Because, I don't know. One of those days. I feel like today's just been a miserable day for me. Definitely one of those days. But low vitamin D is common in depression as well. Yeah, vitamin D, like, deficiency is pretty common in Canada, so. Could always travel sound, can't promise you get deported back. What happened? What are we doing, Lise? Ding dong dashing would be... Dude, I think he would do that. I once badly tore my calf muscle completely running to the door to catch a delivery guy before he left, and it was embarrassing trying to accept the package while not being able to walk. You know what doesn't help too? Sometimes the delivery people, they do one of these. They'll walk, and sometimes I've seen them. Right? You see them from the window sometimes, you know? They'll walk up the stairs, they'll put the package down, they'll stand there, and then I think they realize they have to knock, and I've seen this a million times. They knock, and the moment the last knock happens, like the last, like, they turn their bodies and they're already walking away. I've seen that happen so many times, man. It's just the contact of the last knock, they're out of there. It happened a lot when I was at my parents' house, actually. That happened so often. All right. Let's put in some switches. Some good old cherry switches. Where did I put my bag of cherries? Here, there. I don't think this... Oh yeah, I put some on the side too. I was experimenting. Good old cherries. Electrolytes? I actually had an electrolyte drink today. I had it afterwards when I was like feeling it. I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling great today about myself. And I just had that. And I was like, you know what? I'm feeling good now. I think that helped perk me up a little bit. Why can't I align this properly? Come on. There we go. Thank you for the reenactment. Anytime. Seems crazy considering how common Ring cameras are these days. Yeah, it's true, right? You would think they wouldn't dip really quick, but I guess it happens. Guys, give me 1 second. I think, honestly, consuming the rest of this made me have to pee. Be right back. God damn, dude. I'm back. Sorry, I was hobbling to the washroom. Squirrely! Thank you for the 10 tier 1s. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Sorry, I was hobbling to the washroom. I always wash my hands, guys. I'm one of those people that wash my hands and I overdo it. Like, you know when you're in the kitchen and then you wash your hands and then I touch something and then I wash them again and then I touch something and then I wash them again? I feel like that's not how you're supposed to do that, but I just do it anyways. That's me while cooking. Alex, that TikTok about guys cooking, is that a TikTok? Is that like a common thing? Because I don't think I see my girlfriend doing that. It's just me. I feel kind of weird doing it. I feel like I'm the weird one doing it. I'll catch the sound test tomorrow. Good night, Omega. Thank you again, Squirrely. I appreciate the 10 gifted. You're not alone? I'm glad. Yeah, sometimes I feel crazy doing that. Me and my mild OCD when I have to use some tissue paper to open the door. Luckily, I'm not squeamish to do that, right? But, Chum, after I touch the door handle, for example, I will go wash my hands. I don't know, man. I just feel like anything I touch that's not inside stuff, I need to wash my hands. Or if it's food, I need to wash my hands. I don't know why I do that for. I don't even know where I picked that up. Is that just a guy thing? I have no clue. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, where did I pick that up from? I'm also a hand washer. I get oil and dirt and gunk on my hands all the way to my elbows in the garage, but in the house, God forbid you know, it's weird actually. You're right, because when I'm doing something, for example, like that I know I'm gonna get dirty, like if I have to go do something outside, I don't care. Inside though, you're right. If I get like the tiniest little bit of like butter on my hands while I'm like doing some cooking, I'm like, get this shit off of me right this instant. I hate this. Also, I feel so bad. I know that I'm streaming on YouTube. I feel so bad, guys. I cannot see YouTube chat today, unfortunately. Like, it just is not working for me. So if you guys did want to talk, dude, hold on, let me just see if I can maybe move my screens around to get this to work. I'm so sorry. Here, I'll just do that. I can kind of see it now. Soap and water is the best way. Gotta admit though, I think this is gonna look super sick with MX Blacks. All black case. We'll just have to do Wob today. I honestly feel like that's the move. Wob or Shawshin. And then we just get this really stealthy looking build today. I'm down. I'm going to buy the Zoom64 Midnight Ink Glow, but I can't choose mechanical. What happened? I can't choose mechanical kit. It can't support GH60 since the daughter board. Wait, what happened? Sorry, Harley? I did hear that this is going to have some kit that's going to make it compatible with other PCBs, but I need to double check. Do I have Cosmos? I don't have Cosmos, I don't think. I don't also have that particular Miklon set. I think I just have the regular base kit. Christian, I don't have. I was literally thinking of just doing Wob today. Like, just keeping it basic. I think I'm short switches in this bag. That's why I have other ones over there. We bow for Panda? Oh, like a Panda build? Like a very classy kind of piano keys build? Miami Nights? That could look cool too, actually, Alquan. We'll see what I got available. Hi, Clackbait. How are you? Adam would say use Norse. Adam's a guy. He's a guy. I'm building a DK1 at the same time you're building your 64. The PCB for mine forces a split backspace. Does the DK1 force a split? I don't remember now. You know what? Split 60s, though, they're kind of valid, though. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of valid. I don't mind them. I don't mind it at all. It is based. It is based. Oh, man. My knee hurts so much, guys. Still debating whether to order a Neo 98. What's stopping you? I haven't seen Adam in the chat. I believe Adam is busy with school stuff. Or something. I need to see how he's doing. Hope your knee gets better. Me too. It fucking hurts so much right now. Zoom64 HE or Typeface Kafka. Here's the thing. I actually don't know how the 64 HE sounds or performs. I've heard, not from official sources, but from friends who have reviewed the 64 HE. They're telling me it's such a good PCB. They're saying it's phenomenal. However, I'm still going to give my little PSA. All that tech is great. And I want you guys to have the best tech. I want to just make it clear. Tech is one thing. Gaming sense and skill is another. It can help you get there. But just remember that just having the highest end gear or the best spec thing or 8K polling rate or the newest PCB isn't always going to make you the best gamer. Sometimes buying that thing might even be a detriment to you. So pick what makes you feel better. I think feeling good while you're playing video games is more important. Are you calling me bad? No, I would never. I'm calling you cute, Mr. Elquan. So skill issue, I guess. Sure, we'll call it that. If you guys want to call it that. Does anyone know what vendor stocks gaming skill? Bull keyboards. I think Bull is a very gifted gamer. Legend has it. Rumor has it. Is this a sideways one? It is. I'm doing it mainly for aesthetics. If you're doing it for aesthetics, I got to admit, the Kafka is beautiful. However, I also got to admit, those Zoom64 special edition ones, or what, I don't even know if they're considered special editions. Those look fire, bro. And I would say that this case looks good, but those other ones look really fun. So I guess it depends on your aesthetic. If you want something a bit more minimal and a bit more timeless, go with the Kafka. If you want something a bit more gamer, I have to admit, the Zoom64, those nice edition ones, those are nice. Like, those look good. I can't hate on them at all. They're pretty fire. The engraved black one especially, yeah. Wait, it uses a ribbon cable? It does. Which way does this one go? How is the Geon screwdriver? I mean, I use it every day. I really like it. Is it going to be magic compared to the iFixit kit? I would say that I enjoy using it over the iFixit kit for sure. Feels better in the hand. Feels like better quality. You know, I'm low-key excited to get like a foamy build today. First time tuning into a live stream? How you doing, Marky? At this time and age? What happened? Sorry. What'd I miss? All right. We have our MX Blacks installed on our FR4 PC or plate here. Cool. Now, we have to decide. And you know what? We'll put no foam on the bottom for now. Then we can always tweak it because that's easy to do. What do we want to do first is the question. I'm thinking let's do the O-ring one first. Let me get all the parts for that. Let me put this stuff away. And then I'll go figure out a keycap set for this. What else is in this box? piece of foam right here. All right. Let's go get that other piece here. Right here. O-ring is going to win, so I say gasket. Is O-ring the better of the mounts? All right, let's do the gaskets first because I forgot we have to install all this extra stuff for O-ring. Let's do this last. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. You know, one of my most popular builds that people ask me about all the time is that thermal that I put foam in. Also, it's one of those boards that I love coming back to when typing on, because it has this like very particular foamy sound that I feel like is slightly unique. I love that board. That board's so much fun. Honestly, I should grab that board soon and put the keycaps back on it. Oh, am I short one of those little silica dot things? Uh-oh. Am I? Oh my god, it's blending in. It's blending in. It's blending in. I got it. It blended in perfectly with the desk pad. Let's just leave it on here for now, and then let's see how it sounds without. This is easy enough to do. I guess I'm a little confused why they just didn't do a pogo pin connector on this, but one over here. Not that it's the end of the world, but again, I feel like you're building this thing that's supposed to be really easy to take apart. Why not just go the extra step to figure out how you can pogo pin this? So, you know what? If I had to take a point off of something, I don't quite understand the necessity to put a ribbon cable here. Feels a bit counterintuitive to the rest of the board and its design, decision, and direction here. We have a Josh battle in chat. Is everyone fighting? Oh, okay, so the RGB is pretty cool on the bottom. All right, let's put this together. I will say, easy to build. Ooh, this looks slick with the switches in it. Very, very easy to build. Ooh. All right. All right, let me whip a keycap set. Oh. My God, my knee hurts so much. 1 second, everybody. I kind of just want to use wall. Like, I feel like I kind of just want to be boring today. Just a little, but I'm also down to do something else. So let me see what I have and what fits the theme for today. Because I'm honestly not sure what I want to do. Let me think. We could also use Shoshin. Shoshin could make this board look super sick too. What do you guys think? Shoshin or maybe just something like Wob? The classic Wob set? I don't know. I'm open. I'm good either way here. I don't have like a particular direction that I feel like is better than the rest. Shoshin needs some love. Wasabi. That was not our option list. Cyrillic red? I haven't done Cyrillic in a hot minute too. That could be fun. Let me see. One memento. Like I said, I'm a bit slower today because I hurt myself. But thanks for being patient with me. Let's see what else I have. Red line? I mean, the 2U shift were kind of boned. I don't think every set I have has a 2U shift. So we're gonna have to just like make do. Now I have a weird predicament because I took off my WAP the other day and I gotta remember where I put it now. Redline would look good on a black keyboard. Let me see what Redline. I haven't used Redline in a hot minute too. Where's Redline? Let's see if I can find it. I don't remember where that box is. Redline. Where are you? Redline could look good. I guess it could. Although it does have like a gray alpha. I'm not into this for this board. Hold on. Give me a moment, guys. You know, I am feeling Shoshin today. Maybe Shoshin's what I pick. I'm just trying to find where I put the box for it, because I don't remember what Shoshin box looks like. Shoshin, the frick is it? Shoshin. Is the box black for Shoshin? I really don't remember. Oh, I got it. It says Shoshin on it. That would make a lot of sense. Gotta take it off this board. I don't think I have GMK laser though. I think GMK laser is one of those sets I never really picked up. I don't even know if I have SA laser. Alright, it's Shoshin time. Do you have Phoenix? What's Phoenix? GMK set? Alright. Ooh. I'll need to turn off this RGB here in a moment. Be cool to have a page on your site with the keycaps you have available. You know what? I think tomorrow I'm not as busy. Tomorrow I'll do that. I also think tomorrow I'm going to label and figure out how I want to organize some of my keyboard stuff. I wanted to do it today, but I got so busy. So again, 2.25U will not fit on this particular layout. Tomorrow's always a day away. Well, luckily, I actually don't think I'm that busy tomorrow, so. And I'm thinking tomorrow might be one of those days where I choose as a rest day. And you know what? Low key, it does sound like it does sound like a nice relaxing day just to clean. I like cleaning, so. I think Lewis Toe got one of the engraved ones. I think. The only reason I even know that is because I saw a picture with him in a blue unit with some engraving on the bottom. I could be very wrong though. I didn't watch his video, so I don't exactly know. I have a Google Doc with all my keyboard gear. Great way to feel sad about how much it always adds up to. yeah, I can imagine. Ah, dude, Shoshin looks sick on this. This is a good choice. Honestly, I'd put my Mecha Kaiju on this. Ooh, that'd be fun. You missed out. They finally put out a keyboard that matches GMK laser. Oh, for real? The pink gear. Oh yeah, they kind of did. Or the blue Gearhorn, yeah. I don't really like laser though. Not really my set. Shoshin always looks sick. It's a good looking set. It's classy. It doesn't exude that much of a stealth look though. But I gotta admit, the reverse kind of like, normally black would be here, or actually maybe no. Shoshin just looks good like this. Honestly, I like it. Thanks for the... Oh, from Squirrely. Thank you again, Squirrely. Appreciate you, man. This is GMK Shawshin. So, question for you guys. Do you guys like the 64 key layout? Super, super niche in my opinion, but I don't hate it. I think maybe where I don't love it, though, is I feel like, even though I don't use right shift as much, I feel like this would still trip me up. This right side over here. True, for left-handed users, it might be a bit weird. There are so many layouts. Why do we need more? Well, I feel like that answer is people like different things. I guess I'm just curious to see how many people like this particular one. I actually love this layout in theory. It does make a lot of sense for people who never use the right shift and who want a 60% board and don't want to give up arrow keys. I have so many lavender keys, but I love the lavender for the Zoom64. Well, let's hope it sounds good. You know, again, I like the way it looks. The form of the board, I think, is pretty sharp. I never like layouts with a bunch of tiny mods. Dude, you'd hate Fried. His keyboards all have stuff like that when he builds. Actually, dude, you know what? Shawshin on all black is pretty hot. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that right now. This looks pretty good. I might get 2 of these. Tempted by the color options. Yeah, the colors are great for this. As per usual, I think it's also important to note some stuff here. In the past, Wuche and Melitrix quality control has been, I would say, something too little to be desired. However, to their credit, Melitrix and Wuche, I've had long conversations with them. I've had DMs with them. They've made a lot better strides in the right direction for customer service. Kind of like how I mentioned in the beginning, I think we all want to see success stories. Like, none of us want to see a company burn down to the ground for whatever reason. Options are great. I will say from the past like 6 months of talking to people, it seems like people have had a change of heart with some of the Wuche and Melitrix customer support and service, which makes me happy to see. I can't speak, obviously, on this particular board or current projects right now that are being run because they're still in production, but I hope that continues. I hope to see Melitrix continue on the path of better customer service recently. Damaged batteries? I won't say that they should have definitely reimbursed you on that, Raf, but batteries are tough to ship. They should have reimbursed you, though. The replacement parts are free, but need to pay $50 for shipping. If that's what they're doing, then yeah, that kind of makes me go smoge a little bit, but if that's what they said. But still, I would say do some research. I'll give you guys this first bit of info here where it comes down to, yeah, it seems like they've been on the right path to do better, which makes me happy, like I said. But definitely check some stuff out. See what you think of them. What do I want to do here? My PC Dyna top case was cracked where the OE screws were for the catch ball was fastened. I told them it was because they took their... Oh, I was told because it was took their case off wrong. So did they help you at all, Weesh? And when was this? If so, that makes me a little bit smoge. A little bit unhappy here. Put control, I guess. I should say it hadn't taken the case apart yet when I noticed. Oh, that's unfortunate then. Do I have a 1U anything that can fit this? That would make sense. I guess I'll just put super there for now. Only frustrating thing about this layout is you're going to need a keycap set with all the right parts for this. Because I think we're going to have to use the 0 key, which unfortunately doesn't match some of the mods here. I kind of just want to get the WAV one. 1 second. I'm not loving that. 1 sec, guys. Diego did the same thing? Oh, did he? Yeah, it's not like you have a lot of options to do this. And I guess this is my other gripe with this particular layout. It is hard to find support with some of the nicer keycap sets. Even some of the PBT stuff might be difficult. However, again, for those who really want 64 key 60%, it's a great option to have. But it is tricky to source stuff for this. Hold on, let me grab this. 1 sec, guys. Is this? No, it's the wrong size. Damn it. Okay. We're going to have to put this here. At least this looks a little better. Whatever. I'm confused now, Alex. What's up? Oh, it's a 64 key layout. Again, so to go over the layout with everybody, Wuche decided, or Meltrix decided to go with a 64 key layout. There is nothing wrong with this layout, FYI. I think the layout's... it's fun for those who want it. It's nothing new. We've seen 64 keys in the past. However, with 64, the sacrifice you're going to have to make to get the extra keys is this needs to get shifted over ever so slightly, which means you lose your 2.25U shift. You get a 2U shift. You also lose all your stuff on the right side over here. In place of arrows, a extra key over here, and your super, or whatever you want to call this. So where this doesn't work for people is if you use the right shift, this is going to be dreadful to use. And I think the other area where this might be annoying for some people too is because it does slightly shift over the bottom row, as you guys can tell from even the Eve. So you can see where the V is versus where the V here is. You might have to kind of readjust some of your fingers here. So, not super, super common of a layout, but you know what? Again, I appreciate Wuche for doing something like this. Just so you guys know, there are users who want 64 keys. So this is fun for a 60. I don't mind it. I don't think that's something I'm going to criticize on the build at all. Would have been great if they offered like a standard PCB, which I do think there's compatibility with other PCBs they were saying. But okay, let's also see if this works. Let's plug the receiver in. Oh, it turned green this time. And does this just work right away? It does. That's nice. So then if I plug this in to the actual keyboard here, does this work right away? It does. All right. I'll give it to Meltrix here. That is super nice. Having to just plug my USB cable in and then I can move this over to the side and I get a cleaned up desk. I like that. I definitely would like to see more brands implement this with the keyboard. Do I have to have the LED on? That I don't know. Yeah, no Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth pairings, I just don't fuck with anymore. If I have to use something, I'm using dongles. My gripe, though, as someone who doesn't like this dongle, is I don't have USB slots. I also have my stuff like wired in a way where I don't want to fiddle with things. So whenever I get a wireless board, I actually like rarely want to use this USB dongle. This makes a lot more sense to me because now I can just tuck this over here. And I don't have to look at it, and I have a functioning keyboard. I appreciate this setup more than having the dongle. Bluetooth is crap. All right, well, here is the board. Let me actually see something quick. Where is that instruction manual? It's in here, right? I want to see how to turn the LEDs to different colors. So you can actually connect via Bluetooth. Lighting control function plus. Did that turn off the LEDs? I don't know which one's which here. I don't know which one's actually supposed to be function. Hold on a second. Is there like a key map I can look at? Oh, here. Hold on. That might not be... Oh, I cannot read. Oh, here it is. Oh my god. This thing is like a script. A scroll. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's function shift bottom light on off. Okay, okay. So there's different things for... Okay, so we have to use function shift for the bottom stuff. So if I want to turn the brightness up on the bottom, it's just function shift plus up. So in theory, it would just be... Does that even do anything? Again, a little awkward to do things here. I don't even know if that's the right function key. Let me actually check what they have on their website. One sec, guys. Oh, I think this is supposed to be function. At least that's what they have labeled there. Maybe it's supposed to be these two. I don't know. I don't know if I have the right keybinds to everything here. Maybe I have to have it plugged in first? I guess it is technically plugged in. Yeah. You know what? Do they have like a piece of software instead of me trying to use hotkeys? Let's see, let's see. Actually, I'm kind of just... Sorry, I'm going to be annoying here and just try to see which keybind is which. Yeah, I'm not sure. Should show on their website, I thought. I'm not sure exactly. Let's see. Does it show here? It does look like this is supposed to be function. So in theory, it should be 1, 2, and this for bottom light off. Which it's still on. Okay, this works. I can Alt-Tab fine. Alright, let me see. Do they have their own piece of software here? Support. Let me see, let me see. Did they send me any like notifications about software? Let me see. Question is there... Ooh, this keyboard sounds nice though. Well, actually, before we get into that though, let's see how it sounds. Shall we, guys? I actually don't mind the sound of this. Hold on a sec. So this is the PE sheet, or I guess whatever thin sheet that was supposed to be. I'll double check the exact thing on that. FR4 plate and then plate foam. I didn't put any bottom foam, and this is also using the silicone dots. Actually, dude, this is by headphone. I don't... Would you guys guess there's foam in this? Like maybe a hint? I actually really like this. The mods are a little bit dull. I'll give it to... The mods are not my favorite. Maybe the O-ring will open it up a little bit more. All right. This actually, I think, is one of the best Mellotrix sounding boards I've literally had to date. Would you guys agree with me on that or no? And I would say normally I'm pretty damn critical about how some of the Mellotrix boards end up sounding. That's saying something? I mean, dude, listen, we just came off reviewing the Nama, and the Nama was... the Nama was something. The Nama was something. This is nice. This sounds pretty good. I want to know how to change the LEDs, though. I'm getting a little... We said LEDs are function plus P. Underglow is function right shift plus P. So which one's function, though? Which one do they have set as function? I don't think that... Did that do anything? I think it's still on. Function P. Oh, you're right. It does change. So how do we change the brightness? Oh, here we go. We have some RGB now. Oh, that's cool. The key mappings are atrocious on this. I would probably say that they would have to change this. All right, one thing I can already... My printer just needed to get its thing in there here. One thing I can already kind of see is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but dust is already accumulating along the edges of the keyboard here. And that's from like, what? An hour and 49 minutes worth of use. Might be a bit annoying to clean this, and it might attract dust like crazy. Dude, this is... You know what? So this does... Okay, so this is your volume knob here. Wait, And we have the... Again, it's right now it's operating off of this. I don't know if we can change this. I'll have to ask for you guys. Wuche Pocket app. I've never used that before. No, not clickable at all. I'm very happy with the sound of this board. I'm extremely happy with the sound of this right now. Like I'm low-key, I'm very, very over the moon with the sound of this. The scroll wheel, I think the feel of the scroll wheel is super underwhelming. I feel like Wuche has done good knobs or scroll wheels in the past. This is a bit stiffer. It's not tactile. There's no clicks. I would love to have had this as a clicked scroll wheel. I guess it's good that it's a bit stiffer, I suppose. It is knurled, so you can get a good grip on it. It doesn't feel premium, though, I'll tell you that much. Do I want it to feel premium at $150? Of course. Any amount of money over like $50, I want stuff to feel premium. I'm a little underwhelmed with how this feels. It's like a nicer portable CD player. It kind of is. Even 51 in it, you're right. Alright, let's open this up now. You know what, I guess I have to take this apart here. How easy is it to use without touching the backspace? What do you mean by that? Oh, this is a magnet. I didn't even know that. Oh, you mean how easy is it to use? Hold on, let me first do this here. Let's swap things and we can test that too. Again, my only gripe here is we got to remove the ribbon cable, but I wonder if there's just a limitation with the pogo pins and maybe the frequency of the PCB, like the refresh rate or whatever, the polling rate. Maybe the ribbon cable is necessary to use a good quality ribbon cable there. I don't want to jump to conclusions. All right, let's install these other things now. What about 49? Nah, not 49. Hello, Meg. How you doing, by the way, Annette? You know, like I said, I'm genuinely really happy with this keyboard right now. Genuinely, Really happy with this. A lot of people like foamless, but what about caseless? I don't know what to tell you there. So how does this get installed? We need to put this on the bottom here, right? So I need the bottom case. Need this. And then this, let me just double check the website here actually. I think these go outwards. I think. Yeah. It's been a little while since I've done something like this, so bear with me, guys. We'll admit this does feel a little bit janky here. The 75 Tiga had a bad scroll wheel, did it? I feel like that one there felt better than this one. This or Nama? Oh, this. Oh, if they're the same price, this. The Nama was too, like, listen. I also think the Nama just felt a little bit too much. Damn you, Melitrix, for testing Alex's dexterity. Yeah, these are pretty small parts, so if you do have a bit of an issue with dexterity, you probably won't love this. I have a bit of a dexterity problem sometimes. I'm pretty new to the hobby. Is there a forum most people use, or is Discord preferred? Some people would argue that Reddit is great. I actually think the opposite. I think Reddit's good for showing off some pictures. I think you'll get rather biased advice from Reddit. I would suggest exploring many different avenues of places to check. Come on, dude. What's going on here? Explore many different places. Actually, you know what? I think this other cable channel here, again, I'm not too familiar with this part. But I think that other cable channel is meant for if you want to use other PCBs, because I think this acts as a hub. Yeah. So I think you can use a few other PCBs with this particular case, which is good to see. Reddit creates fantastic copy pastas for the Keep community. It does. Again, I would suggest, Fatty, check different Discords, see where you fit your vibe. Everyone's a little different. Some people vibe with different communities. You don't have to be part of all of them. But I would say just try to find one where they accept you. Ours is pretty accepting, like mine, if you want to check that one there out. For the last 6 months, we had one about Tau. Well, that was my own doing. My one and only big crash out on stream with someone being super negative and me telling him to grow the fuck up. Good old days, good old days. Late to the party? You're all good, Ryan. The good old days. Alright, one more here, I think. Yep. I missed it with switches. We're using Cherry MX2A. I'm gonna be honest, I really just wanted to give this a... not its best shot, but like a pretty standardized, you know, like what we use often, what we know kind of shot. So far, I'm relatively happy. Let's take out these. Can you try daughterboardless? You think that'll change the sound? This freaking addict guy, dude. Oh, my stomach's growling. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starving today. What cord is that? It's from Ordinary Labs. I don't know if they're still doing stuff anymore, though. Switchless might be the new wave. Have you guys tried typing with your mind? Thoughts? Any thoughts there? Keycapless? Technically, I was doing that when I was testing out the keyboard. New method unlocked? Have we tried telepathy? Question mark. This is not the O-ring mount I expected. It's their variation of O-ring mount. Split O-rings, what they call it. I think that's still not a great like namesake for this. I don't know really what to call this here, but we've seen keyboards with similar, not exactly the same as Wuche does it. Or I should say Melitrix. I keep saying Wuche. Not gonna lie, I don't quite understand how these get put in, but I think we got it there. I think that's it, right? Yeah, I think that's it. They just kind of... Although I don't like how this wobbles around. Did I put these in backwards, I wonder? No, right? No, because it's supposed to sit underneath. According to the photo, the O-ring's supposed to catch underneath, which is what I did. All right, I mean, let's just try it out. Pretty sure I got this right. Weesh says, nah. That's right? Okay. I don't necessarily love what's happening there with this, but... Are we sure this is right? The O-ring definitely catches underneath. Maybe this is what they meant with the foam. Maybe you have to put foam underneath. I was uncertain what they meant by that. But I guess that's kind of what they meant. I mean, that's not going to sound good. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if that's the case, where it's going to wobble like that, that's a no-go for me. Let's put the case foam underneath. Bit of a weird thing to not test. I'm going to dock them points for that, because that's super strange. Also, why does Wuche keep doing this? This is like, nobody wants to be doing this. Nobody wants to get this and then have to peel it. And then peel this one and then hope to God you don't rip your foam. Wuche. Melitrix. You know, it's one thing to be forced to put the foam for one of your mounts, but like, I guarantee I'm gonna rip this, man. I get this is, and I've talked to them in the past. They say this is like really good quality foam. Can we figure out a better way to do this? I honestly have ripped so many of these in the past. ADHD test? I know, you really need to test your patience here. Look, and then they get stuck to each other here. But like, why? What's the need to even make this adhesive? You know, like what's the need there? Like what's the point? Because then you're kind of, again, God, if I'm going to criticize one thing about this board, it's going to be this part. You make it slightly adhesive, you put it on, and then what? You have a giant pain in the ass afterwards to take this apart. If you decide, you know what, maybe this is not for me. And then you're just pulling at foam, hoping to God that it doesn't rip after it's settled and sticks to the back of this PCB. All right, let's try this again. fucking hate ribbon cables. Okay, you know what? I take that back. I don't hate them because I would definitely see points for them. They're great if you want to keep things very flat. And in some cases, I would prefer them. But I don't always love ribbon cables at the same time. In the same vein. I mean, this still wobbles. Am I sure I'm doing this right? I mean, yeah, you're supposed to catch it underneath. And it's supposed to sit there. All right. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this might sound really good. I don't like this particular, I don't know what they've changed, because they've done this in the past. I don't like this. I don't like the way this sits and rocks in the bottom of the case here. Maybe I've installed this wrong, but as far as I can see from the photos, I'm doing this right. The photos show the O-ring goes underneath, and that's what I've done. If this is done incorrectly, I apologize. But I can tell you right now, maybe this is the bottom foam doing some work too. Love this way more in terms of sound signature. I would have loved this without having the need to put the bottom foam in it. I feel like that would have opened this up. And low-key, I might just try it for the sake of trying it, but I will admit, this does sound nice and clacky, even with the bottom foam. Let's try taking it out just for the sake of talking. Let's just rip this bad boy out. Let's say screw it. Goodbye, foam. Let's put you in here. Let's just deal with the things shifting about. I feel like the obvious solution here is to just, you know, like in the Keycap's, for example, they have those like silicone little corner pieces that stop things from shifting around. I feel like that's the obvious solution. Or you know what we could just do? Why don't we just put 4 silicone dots on the corners and it stops it from shifting around like crazy? I don't know. I feel like that's also something we could do here. Maybe even just the 2. Maybe we don't even need more than that. Does that stop it? No, not really. Yeah, it might need something to stop this from doing its thing here, but all right, let's take these silicone dots off. Oh gosh, my nose is starting to get a little plugged. I don't know if it's allergies or just getting late. Okay, I think we got all the O-rings in place. Bit of an awkward O-ring assembly. I don't love it. Ooh. All right. If they can figure out something a little bit more fluid for the O-ring thing here, all the mods sound way better in this particular mount. Ooh. Again, I don't like this though. That sounds cheap to me. As of right now, if this is how it's going to ship, again, maybe I built this incorrectly somehow. I don't know if other reviewers have had similar experiences with this, and maybe this is exactly what Wuche meant about the O-ring. But even with the foam, I'm experiencing that. Even with the foam, I'm feeling the shakiness. I don't really care for this O-ring. I think they need to... I think that, dude, I think the solution... And I don't even think, and I hope Wuche just takes this without, you know, being upset at me. I think the solution here is to just literally create a bumper. I mean, you know who else had bumpers in their keyboard too, was the Vega. Just create like a little bumper. So the PCB, or whatever here, I think the bumpers need to go in these particular locations, ready? Bumpers need to go here, 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 and ever so slightly there. Just put a little silicone bumper so it doesn't bump and like doesn't hit things, and it stays in place. But you know what? This sounds really good in O-ring. All they need to do is just that one little fix, and that's just, you don't have to do any other case construction here. None. All that needs to be done is just give some people some bumpers they can put on. It's a little sticker sheet. That's all you need to do. I don't really have anything to demo how that would work here. I mean, maybe we could try to do something. But yeah, that wouldn't take much. That wouldn't take much at all. I'm even wondering too... No, I don't think that would solve anything. Let me see. No, because this is not going to solve much. There were little bumpers inside the bottom case where the gaskets sat to affix the plate in the Dyna. Yeah, I feel like that's the solution. But okay, from other than this one where I'm going to call this like this mounting style, we'll just kind of say not really for me right now. It sounds good, just doesn't work properly, even with the bottom foam as they suggest it. Overall though, the board sounds great. I actually think this is one of Mellotrix's best sounding keyboards to date. Looks wise, I also think this is one of their more minimal looking boards with their typical kind of flair that they normally have, which is this like RGB bottom with this cool, I mean, you know, I like the finish of this bottom area too. It looks cool. They did a good job. The cherry lip on this board is great. The volume rocker is okay. I don't mind. Honestly, I don't mind it there. It's out of the way. I don't feel like you'll hit the backspace when you're using it. The feeling of the keyboard feels good when you even have the silicone dots in. I think that feels good too. They did a good job with the board overall. I really like it. This needs to be fixed though, 110%. Cool. Honestly, I'm very impressed by this. It feels like they listen to maybe what some of the audience
Gorkus
here in
Film
North
gifted
America
a tier
want.
1 sub to
Thank you, Gork.
SJ992.
Appreciate you. Also, this is a big kudos too, man. Big kudos to having this. I think this is awesome. Oh, okay. You know, I don't want to remove anything. This is awesome to have as well. I really like this part. Keeps your desk nice and clean. Cool. What if you put the foam back, but on top of the keycaps instead? Okay, let me try that. Let me try that for you. Still rocks in it. The slop of the O-ring also helps you remove the PCB from the case, as the O-ring needs to pass the parts where they're hooked in. Yeah, I don't know. I think they just need to go back to the drawing board there. It's not... It's all right there. Again, overall, super happy with this. Let's see. They sent actually over one of their... Oh, okay, so do I have to plug this in? So this is just the dongle. Oh, it works with the... Okay, here, guys, here, look at this. They sent over the... One sec. Let me just play OBS. They sent over their software for this. So you can even do this wireless, it looks like. RGB lighting mode, solid color. Does this change it? Oh, no, is this the dongle? I actually don't know what this is. Oh, here, this is bottom lighting. Breathing. I don't know if I need to plug in the keyboard for this. Just give me a moment while I try to figure this out. Because it said dongle. Okay, let me try plugging in the keyboard here. Connect Zoom64. Okay, let's see now. RGB lighting. Okay. You do need to plug this in, I think. So let's just turn the brightness down all the way. Oh no, it didn't affect anything. I don't know if I need to save it. I don't know if this is like fully working. Let's do all off. I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is fully working at the moment. Okay, maybe I have to do something else to this. I'm kind of just like in a rush seeing this now, so. Mailtrick software is hot ass, sorry. I mean, this should just work right out of the box. It does seem a little bit weird. That's just, oh god, flashbanged you guys, sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, because even the keyboard layout's saying nothing's here. Maybe I need to update this? I have no clue, dude. Alright, I'll figure this out later. Actually, what else did they send here? Oh, I don't even have access to this. Alright, maybe this is something to chalk up with the prototype. I'm not sure. Obviously, the software seems like it's a little awkward to use out of the box here, but... Delete System 32. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, I really hope they figure out this O-ring thing. Alright, overall though, I am relatively happy with this. I'm going to put back the silicone dots right now though, because I'm actually enjoying using this board right now. Let's put that back and chit-chat for a little bit more. Any plans tonight, guys? Any plans at all? Ain't it really asking for wheel to unmod today? Does he want to? Should we do the wheel to unmod and it? I'm always game. Just crocheting? Sounds relaxing. Plans just to watch Jujutsu Kaisen? Also sounds relaxing. Hell yeah. Also, again, I really want to apologize to everyone watching on YouTube. Unfortunately, my YouTube chat that's baked into OBS is not working. I keep forgetting to open up the windows separately, and I really apologize, guys. So today, I have not really been able to interact with YouTube that much. Trying finding new switches for my Sonic. Any ideas? Any thoughts so far? Actually, I want to try one more thing with the silicone dots here. Gasp, he's ignoring us? No, I can see it now because I've remembered. I'm so sorry, guys. I do feel bad. It's just... It's saying something went wrong on my integrated chat in OBS. I'm not sure why that is. Honestly, ever since I updated OBS like 2 weeks ago, I've been having a lot of issues with a lot of things. Even my subtitle thing just like died. So... Well, I had to update it because it said security thing, so... I like to keep on top of that. Oops. Does that PCB fit the Tofu 65? No, it's a 60%. It wouldn't fit the Tofu 65. Also, I don't think you can plug it in because this is a ribbon cable. Alex, are there going to be Manta extras? Yes. There will be a handful. Again, I am not 100% positive on how many, but there will be some, so no worries. And there will also be some B-stock units, which we're still undecided on what we're going to do with. I'm watching on YouTube but chatting here because I don't support, oh, Twitch might never support it at this point. They've taken it away from people. Twitch is weird that way. I don't know if Bull's still here and if he can confirm and tell us what colors for extras, but I forget which ones he got. I don't have the sheet handy. When would the extras be? You'd have to ask Bull. Is Bull streaming? You'd have to ask Bull. I don't know when he's doing those. I would assume the responsible thing would be to sell it after everyone's already received their units. But again, I don't know the plan. I'm not Bull, so. He's climbing a mountain right now. Oh, I see. Actually, let's try it without putting that silicone dot underneath the spacebar. I'm curious. Alex, quick question. Maybe I have an answer. A quick answer. We shall see. Oh, brother? Yeah, I know. It's not going to be quick because he's still typing it. Been at least a minute? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That is what I am saying, too. Oh, wait. What am I doing? This doesn't get plugged in here. All right. Let's see. How does this sound now with just... Oh, is it going to connect? What's going on here? Wait, did I even plug this in properly? Oh no, shoot, I don't think I did. Hold on a second. I may have not plugged in the ribbon cable enough. Nope. Ribbon cables. Sigh. There we go. It's plugged in now. Don't pay attention. I'm clicking. Okay, you know what, Annette? I literally had the keyboard flipped over, guys. Will the Manta come with a separate add-on box like Pangea Mini came with a case in the hard shell? It should be a separate thingy. Just asking, cause I found the box that had the add-on kits kind of a waste because I just had it in a hard shell. I think there should be. We designed one. I can talk to Bull. I don't see a problem with packing it all in the hard shell case. But it's just a piece of cardboard, so it shouldn't matter too much. The flex is really nice. The feel of this board is actually quite pleasant. We'll do some more typing here. I mean, dude, I'll be the first to admit, I actually really like this sound profile. Don't really love the mods with the silicone dots. I actually really like the O-ring build, but the alphas and spacebar are fantastic with the silicone dots. Fuck, I actually really like this sound. Do you guys like it? Honest thoughts, honest thoughts. Honesty only. This is an MX PCB. Yeah, the layout's going to take me some time to get used to. I feel like having arrows on my 60 is not something I'm used to. It's been a little while. Yeah, damn, I'm impressed with this. It looks so good with Shoshin as well. All right, guys. All right. Well, that's nice. I have a wonderful time watching this. Anytime, Harley. Sounds pretty good. Thanks, dude. Speaking of boxes, you might remember me talking about my Keychron #1 that arrived with no shipping box damage. Opened up today. The damage was worse than expected. Oh, I'm so sorry, Scott. Or your Keycult #1. NK Sport was amazing. They're exchanging the unit and cross shipping. Yeah, dude, NK will always be super good with support. That's really, really unfortunate. I feel terrible that happened, but hey, you know what, man? Sometimes shipping is just awful for that. Shipping sometimes can be abysmal. So cool. Happy with this. It almost feels like I need to criticize this a bit more for stuff, because I feel like that's kind of been the trend with Metaltrix products. But other than the O-ring, again, we'll just take a pause here to sum it up. I really overall like the design of this keyboard. The vertical scroll or the horizontal scroll wheel might not be the thing that's like stands out to you. I don't mind it in this case. It does have a beautiful overall shape. I'll give it that. I like the silicone dot mount a lot. It sounds really good. It feels great too. It's an overall pretty looking keyboard. I'll give it that. I think it works. It's going to work really well because you can change some PCB options. Like you can use different PCBs according to them. They have a new PCB for Hall effect that looks really cool that can work with this too. So I'll give it to Meltrix here. The price point's really good. The colors are fantastic for this. The quality of the anodization here looks also really good. I don't really like the O-ring. I think the O-ring implementation is meh. It's little to be desired because I don't want my stuff shaking around like that and then causing little, sometimes when you're gaming, you move things around too. You're gonna notice weird sounds. It's gonna vibrate your hands a little bit. So their O-ring mount, even with the foam like they suggested, doesn't work really well. It doesn't seem like a hard fix though at all. It seems like quite the opposite. It seems like a very easy fix. That seems like something that is a no-brainer. They should just be like, all right, you know what? Let's just try to actually solve this instead of just recommending foam in this case. Past that, I don't really think I have any other quarrels with this board, which I guess is saying something. And I hope Meltrix and Wuche continue doing some, if not continuing, but just like make a point of, remember, your customers are that's your livelihood. So take care of your customers. Make sure that you can help them out as much as possible too. Obviously, I know sometimes people will be pains in the asses, but my call out there would just be, focusing on customer support. The layout might not be for everyone, but you know what? I don't mind it. The 2U shift is going to be hard to source though. That's going to be a toughie. But if you're into the 64 key layout and wanted a board for it, I really like this one. This turned out great. Feeling is nice and soft too of the keyboard. Cool. Overall, very happy. All right, guys. Well, shall we find someone to raid? I think today was a success. Very big success today. Let's find someone to go bother. My new password? Oh gosh. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Let's go find someone to bother now. Who is on a line? Let's see. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, guys. You said Bull is streaming? Where is he? I don't see him. You guys lied to me. He probably finished his build already, didn't he? Oh, he's streaming. Never mind. He's there. He's playing a game? This guy's branching out. I have a raid message for Bull. God damn, that's weird to see him play a game. Alright guys, raid messages. I hate when this happens with OBS. Come on, man. Just let me copy paste with the keyboard, man. Okay, we're gonna raid Bull. I think the raid message... No. The raid message should be this. More like Bull Gamer. Bull is branching out to variety streams, as he should. Or you can do Anit's copy pasta, or you can do my copy pasta. Pick one. Know that this really matters in the long run. You guys, have a good day. Why do your raids always start mid-sentence? You never finish what you're saying? I think it's lag with the... I think it's just lag on Twitch's part. Like, I end up finishing, and then I just stop. Because then when I download the VOD, I finish what I'm saying. I don't know. You guys have a good one. Love you guys. See you later. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Good night. Love ya. I'm going to wait an extra second or two so I don't finish mid-sentence. Ready?